Oh,
It was very no. Well, you don't want to hear about 9/11, and
oh my God.
it just,
What? Bringing it back with Mariah. Hey, girl.
I
Hey,
just was
Harborfield
like-
sister.
and in this labyrinth where night is blind. I'm not that good of a singer, but welcome back to Fruity Cereal.
Welcome back, everybody.
I'm
welcome.
not dead.
Welcome back, everybody. So yeah, as some of you may or may not know, we took a little bit of a hiatus, just a little teeny little hiatus.
I was so tired. I was like, I don't feel like coming to work. I think I'll drive my car into a tree.
Well, Connor, let's not wait, shit. Not bury the lead. Jump the gun. Shit. What's the word? What's the phrase I'm looking for?
Spoil?
Spoil the ending? I don't know. Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
don't give away the ending.
Yeah. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Let's welcome everybody back to another fabulous fruity day. Wonderful.
Yes, fabulous fruity day. So this is a special episode. This is another special episode.
This is the Fruity Cereal reunion episode.
A Fruity Cereal reunion.
Yeah, we were gone for 2 full weeks. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 1 week we took off just for like a bit of a mental health breather. And then last week I got into a teeny little fender bender that we will dive into very shortly.
We will dive into we will dive into it like Taylor Swift dived into that stage.
I keep seeing videos of fucking Taylor Swift diving into a pool on her stage with that TikTok audio that's like, oh my God, Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know that one. I haven't. I think I might have seen. I've seen people on memes being like, making like jokes about like I don't know.
I keep trying to cover up the Harry Potter patch on here so nobody can call me out for my lack of costumes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a costume shop. I got what I got lying around.
Yeah, you just happen to have that mask lying around. For those of you who are watching this on the visual, Connor is dressed pseudo-ly like the Phantom of the Opera.
I resemble, but I'm legally distinct from Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera.
Isn't the Phantom of the Opera a public domain character anyway?
Yeah, I know, but Andrew Lloyd Webber trademarked the half mask, and that's kind of the only thing that really works with my injury. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, whatever. Speaking of watching on the visual, some news. You actually have the option to not watch us on the visual.
That's right. We are now on, oh my God, so many things. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio, yes.
I mean,
and Acast.
Acast, absolutely. I mean, this is like, we're broadening our horizons. Our audience is only going to grow. Obviously.
However, we only have the episodes from 2023, but, hey, we're moving forward, not backwards. So
absolutely. So please, if you would like to listen to us on your car ride to work in the morning, please listen to us on any of those audio platforms.
Or at the gym or on walks,
at church.
At church, yeah.
Jury duty.
You don't have to sit on a computer to watch us anymore. You can just listen to us passively.
Kevin, I don't think anybody is sitting down, opening their laptop, and is like, let me watch an hour of 2 gay men yelling at each other. They're watching us on their phones. It's 2023, Kevin.
Okay, but still, you don't even have to. But you can't close the YouTube app though. You can't close the YouTube app and have it still playing. Or sometimes you can, but I don't know. Some videos you can, and some videos you don't. I don't understand that. But anyway,
Kevin, we have a limited amount of time before our very special guest joins us.
Yes, for our very special guest joins us, we have a returning guest.
Yeah, I believe it's our first returning guest, if I'm not
mistaken. It is our first returning guest, yes. Because I don't know if y'all remember a few episodes back when we had Mr. Tony Cannoli on the show. He said that he would like to return to discuss the Little Mermaid trailer when it dropped.
And it has indeed dropped, and I am very excited to talk about it.
2 weeks ago, but we had the hiatus, so... But hey, it's still fresh in everyone's mind, so...
Absolutely.
Although not really mine, I had to watch it before this episode just to remember what was in it.
Just to remember what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so... oh wait, Connor, did you show off your mug of the week?
Oh no, I did not. Oh my gosh. I got this okay, let me talk about this mug. It's this gorgeous line art of Cinderella and the fairy godmother.
Okay.
I got
Looks like a
scammed into buying this mug. Okay, this is a mug from Hallmark, like the Hallmark store. I'm looking
Mhm.
through all the tchotchkes and whatever, and I guess I was taking too long. This like sales associate is like, oh, that mug is like one of those heat change mugs. When you put hot water in it, it like the colors appear in the line art. It does not. She lied to my face.
Oh, wow.
I still love the mug, but I was just like, wow, you were that desperate to make us. What do you make commission at Hallmark? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh, speaking of Hallmark, you know what I just found out that they shot a movie at the Biltmore estate, which is close to where I live, and I could have gotten a job there, but
Oh,
I didn't because I didn't know about it, and I'm upset about that.
I mean, I can understand. Yeah.
Oh well, anyway,
Anyway.
anyway, just
I know you've
lamenting.
got a couple of things to get into. Do you mind if I like address the elephant in the room with what happened to my goddamn face?
Well, it's only an elephant if you are watching.
If I am dressed the way that I am, indeed it is, Kevin. So yeah.
Well, again, like listeners on the podcast apps probably don't know this, but oh wait, we already mentioned that Connor's dressed like the
We
Phantom.
did mention that.
We did. Never mind.
Oh god, Kevin, let me just take the reins.
Okay,
please.
okay, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
addressing the elephant in the room, I'm currently dressed as crazy as I am right now because I suffered an injury about a week ago. I was involved in a car accident, and I thought to myself, I don't want to just sit here and like regale you guys with the story. So I made like a tiny little video, super duper quick, but it is for those of us on the visual element, it'll kind of give ideas of what it is that we're looking at. So if I could possibly have our lovely producer pull that video up, it'll address every question you may possibly have. So if that is possible, or I could always
of the car
talk
accident
about
that I was involved in.
Here we go.
Let's meet our cast. This bottle is me and my friend Joe. This bottle is the musty bitch that hit us, and this is a tree. So let's look at the intersection. Me and my friend are in the car. We cruise on up, and we stop at the red light because we're good people. Musty bitch comes up and decides, I'm going to fall asleep behind the wheel. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Boom. Shoots us forward, past the intersection, over a hill, down a hill, and into a tree. Now, it's a good thing that this tree was here, because if we did not collide with that tree, beyond the tree, there's water. We could have gone off the hill into, I believe, what was a lake, or I don't know, honestly, but yeah, that tree actually stopped us from going forward and drowning. Okay, so after we hit the tree, I am pinned inside the car. The cab of the car has been crushed against me. My legs are pinned in the car. My seatbelt has pinched me so tight, it actually gave me a hairline crack in my rib over here. It still kind of hurts, but all of the glass is flying around everywhere. One of the shards, and this is windshield glass, so it's very thick. It goes into my eye, and it leaves me with a scratch on my cornea, I believe. Not my retina, my cornea. I'm currently putting ointment on it, but they do say keep it covered, keep it away from light, and let it heal. I'm in recovery. I'm doing great, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Fruity Cereal.
And now you're all caught up on what you missed on Glee.
Yep.
So
No,
yeah.
Connor, you got to say it like, and that's what you missed on Glee.
No, I'm not doing that. It's oh god.
Okay. Oh, so you're not committing to the bit. All right. I see.
I'm not committing to the bit. Okay.
All right.
What you want me to do? Run, Joey, run next? Like I'm not doing this shit. Okay.
All right.
Funny girl, no.
Okay. Well, now that has been addressed, and we are thankful that Connor is a-okay. Well, you're breathing.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
It absolutely could have been. I'm very grateful to be alive.
Yes, and okay, so right. So I guess I will start off with my segment. Sounds gay, I'm in. Woo. And by the way, in case you're wondering, where's Tony? We are doing this new thing where we're going to do our segments first, and then we're going to bring our guest in.
We don't want to bore him with all the details.
Yeah.
Himbos only have so high of attention spans.
Okay.
I didn't categorize him as that. It's literally on the show he's on.
It is on the show that he's on. Okay, so the first story is Devery Jacobs and Elliot Page to film a queer cheerleader drama.
Oh, okay.
Grab your pom-poms and make sure you stretch. We're gearing up to live out our best cheerleader Dreams with Elliot Page and Devery Jacobs. The pair are set to produce a queer cheerleader drama, and the cast is Chef's Kiss. Directed by D.W. Watson, the film will star Evan Rachel Wood and Kudakwesh Rutendo, and Devery will be pulling double duty as an actor and producer. We aren't sure who we're rooting for yet or when the film will be released, but go team.
Okay, sounds interesting. It immediately evokes the memories of the But I'm a Cheerleader.
It does, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you say queer cheerleader movie, it's like,
That's the blueprint, yeah. But that sounds pretty good. And I do stand Elliot Page, so I'm very excited to see that.
Although it doesn't say that he's gonna be starring in it at all, so he might just be producing it.
I mean, well,
which,
either way, get your paycheck.
Which is fine, but well, so far, I think, has the only role that he's been in ever since he transitioned Umbrella Academy?
Wow. Oh my God. Now that I think about it, maybe?
I
honestly don't know, but
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But I don't know. Here's to hoping that he will have more, acting opportunities. I mean, I'm sure he will. So next story, UFC star Jeff Molina comes out as bisexual after private video leaks online.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is kind of a sad story. UFC fighter Jeff Molina has come out as bisexual after a private and intimate video of him with another man was leaked across social media. On March 17th, the talented fighter took to Twitter to reveal the news in a heartfelt statement. Well, this fucking sucks. TLDR, I'm bi. Not the way I wanted to do this, but the chance to do it when I was ready was taken away from me, he wrote. I've tried to keep my dating life private from social media. I dated girls my whole life and suppressed feelings I had throughout high school being on the wrestling team, throughout college pursuing MMA, and even after making part of the dream happen and getting into UFC, he explained. I wanted to be known for my skills and what I dedicated the last 11 years of my life to, and not the bi UFC fighter that I'm sure would just be translated to gay UFC fighter, he added. He's got a point. Like, people are probably just going to label him as the gay UFC fighter, even though
that's what people did with
he's openly identifying as bi.
They do that with Freddie Mercury. The guy is like a bi icon, and people are still saying that he's gay. And it's
well, with Freddie Mercury, there is well, here's the thing with Freddie Mercury. He's not alive to clarify whether or not he is bi.
Yeah, I know, but he's made it pretty fucking clear throughout his career. And now that he's dead, people are just like, haha, you can't defend yourself now. You're gay.
Yeah, but again, there is some debate that maybe he was just simply coming out as bi back then because it was easier to come out as bi than it was to come out as gay. Again, it's so it is there is some debate about whether or not he actually was gay and just was which I know that is harmful rhetoric, but that was kind of a thing back then.
Bi now, gay later.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, but the bottom line is, it is very unfortunate that this man had to be outed.
Yeah, no, this is a thing that obviously we're still dealing with today. When you trust somebody enough to get as intimate as he had been with this other person.
Well, we don't. The article did not say that the man that he was intimate with was the one that leaked it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying when you trust somebody enough and you feel confident enough to film it, somewhere in the equation, somebody betrays your trust and leaks it to the public. You're going to have trust issues for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, probably.
You're not going to want to get close to anybody. You're not going to be able to trust anybody. And it's very sucky that he's going through this whirlwind of emotions of where can I turn to? I don't know what, who's looking out for me, who's trying to make a buck off of me. It sucks.
Yeah. But, I do hope that the community does come together to support Jeff in this time.
100%. My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, hey, who knows? He might end up having a Netflix show.
They do seem to toss those out to pretty much anybody who asks. So
yeah, okay. If Colton Underwood can get a Netflix show, this man deserves one too.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'd say that's a. Well, I don't know if I'd say that's a fair compensation, but at least he's more deserving of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So next story. Poll survivor warns Florida's anti-LGBTQ plus bills are fueling harmful rhetoric.
Oh, and the sky is still blue, Kevin?
Yeah, well, I mean, the sky's not always blue, Connor.
Read the article. I hate you.
Florida's anti-LGBTQ bills are fueling harmful rhetoric about the community. A survivor of the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando has warned. On the surface level, these pieces of legislation limit job opportunities for drag entertainers, reduce resources for transgender individuals, and prevent students, both children and adults, from being educated about LGBTQ plus topics. Drag performer Venus Envy told Insider. The state's infamous Don't Say Gay bill has limited discussions of sexuality and gender identity in schools, with there now being a push to restrict gender-affirming care for minors. Governor Ron DeSantis' administration also recently revoked the Hyatt Regency Miami's alcohol license after it hosted a drag show with minors present in the audience, something he said is a part of a wider effort to protect children. All of these outcomes are harmful in their own right, but the greater impact of these bills is already being seen in the increase of hatred towards the LGBTQ plus community and the harmful rhetoric that drag queens are predatory, Envy said.
Okay, I don't want to just bring the mood down instantly, but I saw a TikTok the other day that explained all of this rhetoric that's going around and what it means for LGBT people, particularly trans individuals, but obviously they are part of the community, so it spreads out to all of us. We're in stage 7 of a full-blown genocide. I don't want to use that word lightly, but did you know, number one, that there are 10 stages to a genocide, Kevin?
I did know that.
So the fact that we're in stage 7 out of 10.
But for our listeners, maybe who don't know, could you maybe explain?
Well, can I explain what a genocide is?
No, what the 7 steps are.
Oh my God, I don't have them memorized, but long story short, it starts out with a division of us versus them. Then it's step onto creating the hatred, being that all people who are like them are evil and groomers and pedophiles. And then it goes into, let's take away their rights. They can't perform at drag clubs. They have to self-identify wherever they go. We have to know their location at all times. Then it becomes, let's imprison them. Then it becomes, let's kill them. And then it becomes, oh, we never did that. And we're in stage 7. We're in the denial of rights and the ability to earn a living in a way that is, able to put money on the table.
And you know what? These are the same people who were playing victim so hard during the pandemic, too.
Oh, 100%. My rights are being violated. I can't breathe. The freedom to breathe cards. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, all because they were asked to do the same things that everybody was told to do.
I mean, I was working retail at the height of the pandemic when the masks were like a mandate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
people screaming at me, calling me not a terrorist. They called me names. They're like, I'm not fucking doing this. Spitting in my direction, coughing in my face, and it's like, it's a piece of fabric, you fucking candy ass. Oh Lord. But yeah, no, we can make fun of them until the day's over. But I'm legitimately nervous, so to speak, because I always make a point to I have a friend group who are 2 queer people in a quote unquote straight passing relationship. It is a male and female presenting couple. And I always tell them, if worse comes to worse and they start knocking on doors, rounding people up, you guys can pass. I've got video footage of me on the internet in front of a rainbow flag and a bunch of Disney dolls. I might be in trouble. So, yeah, no, I'm a little wary about what's going on with all these legislations, because it's also the Don't Say Gay bill passed full-fledged in Indiana. It's not just relegated to Florida. It's all over the country.
Yeah, it's just, and this is all just so that the Republican Party doesn't have to take responsibility for the actual problems that we have in this country.
Yeah, no, it's fully a distraction. And those of us that are smart enough to see past it, they're afraid of us, and they should be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But unfortunately, this is not just in America. Uganda passes an anti-homosexuality bill, making it illegal to identify as LGBTQ+.
Yeah, no, people are being rounded up in the streets,
Yeah.
like, and taken away.
Yeah, so Uganda's already like there, like they're
Mhm.
already. Uganda has newly introduced some of the world's cruelest anti-LGBTQ laws, meaning people who identify as gay could face life in prison. The country's parliament approved the anti-homosexuality bill on March 21st, 2023, with its broad wording targeting aggravated homosexuality. According to the law, this term refers to sex acts committed without consent or under duress against children, people with mental and or physical disabilities, by a serial offender, or involving incest. A person who commits the offense of aggravated homosexuality and is liable on conviction to suffer death, the amendment said. Same-sex relations were already illegal in Uganda, with this being part of a wider effort to crack down on the LGBTQ community there. Connor, did you know that Uganda once had a gay king?
I did not know this.
Yeah, yes, they weren't always like this. Yeah, I think, hold on, let me just...
I do remember, like, somebody telling me about, like, I think it definitely wasn't Uganda, but
Sorry, I'm doing the exact thing. I'm sorry, I'm doing the exact thing that we were just talking about with that UFC fighter labeling gay people as bi.
Oh God.
Yes, I'm sorry. This yes, I am so sorry. King Moganda II was bisexual.
Okay.
Yes.
I recently discovered today that Julius Caesar was a power bottom.
Oh, well, you just found that. You just found that out?
Oh no, but it used to be a thing in like ancient Greece. Like extramarital affairs were a common thing, and men would often sleep with other men. But the top was viewed as the more masculine and powerful one, and arguably the most powerful man in all of, like, you know, the country should be like the biggest top of all time. No, he was a Nelly bottom.
Word.
Anyway, olive oil for lube, not fun. Don't do it.
Yeah, and did you know that Cleopatra fucked her brother?
Kevin, it was so fashionable to fuck your brother in those days. Don't even start with that. That's why King Tut died at like age 12. He was like 3 times inbred.
And y'all say that Cleopatra wasn't white.
Oh my God, Kevin. Oh my God, don't say that. Liz Taylor is spinning in her grave right now. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Well, that brought the mood up a little bit, I guess.
Yes, a little bit. This last story, I think, will brighten things up a little bit. Because this last story is a good one. I didn't want to end on a sad note.
Please.
So this last story is Anne Hathaway and Michaela Cole to play lovers in new pop music film.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, Anne Hathaway and Michaela Cole will star in an upcoming pop music spectacle from A24.
Is that a lesbian remake of Brokeback Mountain?
Well...
God bless you.
Thank you. I mean, I guess if, you know, if instead of being sheep herders, they were pop stars, I guess. I don't know.
And Anne Hathaway was in both then.
She was! Oh my God, wait, you're right. Yes. But Michaela Cole wasn't.
Fair enough.
According to Deadline, Mother Mary will follow a musician played by Hathaway and her relationship with an iconic fashion designer played by Cole. Pop music fans can also unite because legendary producer and the Bleachers frontman Jack Antonoff will write and produce songs with pop icon Charlie XCX. Jack about to get mothered, Charlie wrote on social media.
Okay, that sounds fun. When is this supposed to be filmed or released?
It does not say.
Oh, so this is like pre-production stage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, though.
Yes. Oh, I just tried Googling up Mother Mary, and it literally brought me to like
Jesus' mother.
Jesus' mom.
And no.
And by the way, let's do a little bonus fruity bite. Since you mentioned Brokeback Mountain, I wasn't going to talk about this story, but you know, since you know you brought it up, Brokeback Mountain is coming to the stage in a new play premiering this spring.
Oh my. Okay.
Yes, Brokeback Mountain is coming to the stage. The world premiere of the stage adaptation of Brokeback Mountain, a new play with music, is set to take place in London's new Soho Place theater in May. The show will star Mike Feist from West Side Story and Lucas Hedges from Manchester by the Sea in the lead roles, with fairground attraction singer Eddie Reader performing the songs.
That's very cool. Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm all things live theater, obviously.
Oh boy, Lucas Hedges, he's really coming for all them gay roles. He's like, give them to me.
Well, I mean, if the shoe fits, then I say wear it.
But he's not gay.
I know, but he does it so well.
He's like, give me your gay roles. Give me all of them.
You thought you were
he's
gay?
Like, he's gathering them like infinity stones.
You thought you were gay? Hold my beer.
It's like I'm doing everything. It's him and Harry Styles are like having a being gay without being gay off.
Yeah. Give me the core concept, but not the lifestyle.
I am really looking forward to seeing Mike Feist. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. Mike Feist? Mike Fast?
I just have no idea.
Because he was so good in West Side. Connor, did you see the 2021 West Side Story movie?
No.
He was so good in that movie.
Okay, who did he play?
What was the name of the character?
Anita's brother?
No, he's white, Connor.
I don't know the story.
You know West Side Story?
No, I really don't. I forgot who Anita was. There's Maria, the Spanish girl. Is Anita Maria's sister?
Yeah, wait.
Okay. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, wait. Shit. Shit, who did he play in West Side Story? Oh my god, I am going... He was so good at it, and I forgot the character's name. Riff! He played Riff. Okay, yes, that was the name of the character. I knew it was something with an R. Riff. Okay, yes. He played Riff in West Side Story, and he was so fucking good. I thought the Academy snubbed him for a nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Damn, okay, calm down.
I'm sorry, he was really fucking good in that movie, and I am looking forward to seeing him fuck Lucas Hedges' ass.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Okay, so anyway... Or maybe
I'm informed that our special guest may want to join us soon, but he needs the link to join us. So I think we're gonna maybe pop out for a couple of minutes.
I gave him the link.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, before we go, I wanted to tell you a fun little story about what I ended up doing yesterday.
Is this your hyperfixation of the week?
It is not. My hyperfixation of the week is Tony. We're going to talk a Little Mermaid. Okay, come on.
All right. Okay, word.
But yeah, we went to the city yesterday to celebrate my mom's birthday, and we went to this attraction that a lot of people have been talking about called Rise NY. It's a museum, walk-through museum that shows like the history of New York City and blah blah blah. But the end of the attraction is a ride, very similar, maybe even almost a ripoff, or maybe made by the same company of Soarin' Over the World at Walt Disney World. And it was fantastic. I had a great time. That was my mother's favorite ride at Epcot, so I got her tickets for it. And as we're doing the ride, I'm having a great time. There's fireworks. There's the Statue of Liberty. And then we fly over the 9/11 memorial, and everybody got sad.
Oh!
It was very, no. Well, you don't want to hear about 9/11. And
oh my God!
It just...
Bringing it back with Mariah. Hey, girl. Hey, Hartfield sister.
This was such a well, I guess it wasn't random because it's literally like a pinpoint in New York history. But I was just like, wow, now I'm sad and I got to go to the gift shop. And I just was like, okay. But after that, we went and got a very, very lovely meal at this restaurant called Balthazar, which Kevin, do you remember what happened at this place called Balthazar?
I didn't, but you reminded me.
I did remind you. This was the restaurant that James Corden got banned from for being like a total hemorrhoid. Like the owner of the restaurant said James Corden is like what, a cretin of a man.
Yeah.
And he got banned from it.
Which I don't know about those anymore.
I don't know what that means.
Connor, what do you think I got the butt surgery for?
Cretins?
Sure, Connor, let's say that.
Okay. Anyway, no, the food was fantastic. It was $250 plus tips. So we left like $325 on the table. And it's my mom. I will move heaven and earth for her, but that's another story.
Do you still pay proportionally when the meal is that expensive?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry, tip proportionally. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, no, I got it. But yeah, absolutely.
Well, okay.
I mean, it's a little unfair to people working at, like, you know, fucking Olive Garden and wherever else, but that's just the way things are. Like, they even wrote on the check, like, this is what you should tip. And it's like, I always over tip anyway. So I think I made her night, but that's another story. But yeah, it was a really fun day yesterday. Apart from the Twin Towers, I had a great time.
No, you don't want to talk about 9/11.
I made it.
What is this? What is this? Mr. Enter's review of Turning Red?
What?
Do you remember that guy who was like, Turning Red should have been about 9/11?
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They hit the fucking Pentagon. Mei Ling, they hit the fucking Pentagon.
Mei Ling.
What was her name? It wasn't Mei Ling. It was
Mei.
Mei.
No, wait, her name was Mei Ling Lee.
Mei Ling Lee? Who's
Yeah.
Mei? Who am I thinking of?
Well, that was her nickname.
Oh, okay.
That was what her mom called her. Her mom calls her Mei.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
But that was like my little story. Do we have our special guest with us, Kevin?
I hope we do. I did give him the link.
Well, for all intents and purposes, why don't we take a quick little break and we will rejoin you with a very handsome guest in a few short moments.
We will do.
Hello there.
I love the Phantom look.
This is my attempt to flirt with you. I was like, maybe this will get him into my bed.
God.
You'll
I'm a
understand the
sucker for
story once you
Angel
see
of
Sing my
Yeah.
angel of music.
It'll all make sense once the full episode's revealed. But yeah, no, I'm fighting off a little bit of I have a slight case of ugly at the moment, so that's why we got this on.
Yes, all will be explained.
Monday at 7 p.m. on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network.
Yes. Yes. Wait, Tony, where are you right now?
Prison.
So I'm producing a murder mystery dinner show, and so right now I'm literally like in the kitchen of this.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Wow.
It sounds like you're at like
Yes.
Carnegie Hall, so I was like,
Yeah.
maybe we're...
Yeah, it does look like you're like in like
I'm literally
a
in
backstage
in a
area.
hallway in the basement of this restaurant.
Okay. So we don't want to distract you too long. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about the Little Mermaid
Let's do it.
trailer, as we discussed on our last foray into this. Oh my God.
Yes.
Have you seen the trailer?
Have I seen it? I've watched it many a times.
Okay, I gotta be sure because
I
I
have
didn't know if
I
you
have a
were...
lot of thoughts on it.
So
You
do
did?
we.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? Because I got tea.
You go first. You guys go first.
Okay, the first thing I do when I saw this trailer, the first thing I'm thinking, I want to see Ursula. That's right off the bat. I'm like, where is she? Give it to me. I need to see her. How does she look? How does she sound? What are we dealing with?
Yes. Where's my octopus lady?
Okay, so I know, Tony, we discussed this last time, like the little, like the teasers that we saw, like the Funko Pops and stuff like that, the way the long sleeves and the like coral bits on her collar, whatever. We finally got a better look at her face. Do you have opinions?
Yes. I actually say I think she looks great. I think she looks great. I've heard that some people think that it's not drag enough, but then other people are like, if it's gonna be that much drag, why didn't you use a drag queen? So I think she looks great. Her face wise, I mean, I'm not really concerned about her face. My favorite thing about it is her tentacles. I love how they glow up. I think that's the coolest thing.
The bioluminescence, that was the first thing I said to Kevin. I was like, the glowing effect is so cool, and it adds such a cool layer to Ursula that I really loved.
And Halle Bailey should be very happy because the lighting is great. It's like a bunch of ring lights on her.
Absolutely, all angles.
Yeah,
All angles
because like
to-
underwater, I will say the lighting underwater, there are a bunch of scenes, and I'm like, what is this lighting? But the Ursula scenes are all great because I'm like, oh, this giant octopus lady has a bunch of ring lights on her. So,
And I was also thinking that, like, with the glowing effect of the tentacles, it casts almost like a blue hue on her, so it kind of gives her the effect of like how we saw Ursula in the original movie with that like purple hue to her skin tone, without it looking almost like a cartoon. So I was like, this
Yeah,
kind of
'cause
like
she-
ties in well.
Yeah, she's not quite as purple as her animated counterpart, which I think is fine. Frankly, I think that's what they should have done with the genie in Aladdin. Like, there's no rule that says that genies have to be blue. Like, he could have looked like whatever.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they did like gave him a human look where he was.
Yeah, but that should have
normal.
just been his look throughout the movie, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, you know, you could give him the little smoke tail or whatever, but like, you know,
Yeah, I guess. But
it's like it's
still.
one thing to make a genie blue in a cartoon, but another thing in live action. But anyway, we're not talking about Aladdin. We're
Not
talking
at
about
all.
Little Mermaid.
The next thing I have to
I
bring
will
up.
say though, a lot of the Ursula scene. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you
I
continue.
will say a lot of the Ursula scene though, it's a lot of CGI. It's almost a little too CGI. I will say, like,
get it.
when like the whole thing of when like it exploded, it was very Once Upon a Time, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh
You knew
no,
exactly
not
what
Once
you were
Upon a
talking
Time.
about. I was like, it was the same like effect anytime like Regina or Rumple appears out of thin air. I was like, uh-oh.
Yes.
It was very, oh wow, that was so specific, and yet I got it.
Not an ABC show budget.
I know, could you imagine? But the one thing I have to bring this up because obviously 3 gays in the room. Triton is no longer shirtless, and I don't want to see the movie anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed that both him and Ursula are dressing much more conservatively. Like they pruned up.
Yeah.
Ariel herself is wearing like a bandeau. She's no longer got like the seashells. So
Oh,
this is
yeah,
like
you're right.
the
Yeah.
Republican agenda sneaking into our Disney movies, indoctrinating our children.
Yeah, it's like you could have a black Ariel, but they all gotta cover that up. They all gotta stop being
They all
dressed up
gotta-
like whores under the
I
sea.
swear to God. But let's talk about the next big scandal, the appearance of Sebastian. People were roasting this for days on TikTok, being like, he looks like a monster. And I'm like, he looks like a crab. Like,
I know. I personally think
I
that
think
the
he looked bad.
Sebastian. It's just like I don't know what y'all were expecting a live action Sebastian to look like. Like he looks like a crab. Like is
Yeah.
it kind of boring that he's just a crab? Yeah, but like I don't know. What would you rather have? A crab or a CGI abomination? Because those are literally the only two options that we're gonna have in a live action movie like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think he looks fine. And my only thing is though, they're not showing much of Flounder, and that gets me nervous. That I'm like, well, if they're roasting Sebastian, I can only imagine why Disney's not showing us Flounder yet.
we
Well,
have seen a couple of scenes with Flounder. He's a very skinny little mini, and I was like, that's taking away
really?
90% of his character. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that
literally
little-
like just a fish. As
Yeah,
one
that
would
little
expect.
pilot fish that was with that was in Ariel's grotto, who says, "Ariel, wait!" That was Flounder.
Yeah. They showed
And,
like a close up of him talking and having a night though.
I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear you. You cut out for a minute.
I said I'm like, have they shown him like a close up of the lines?
I don't think so. I think it was like a split half a second of him just like going Ariel, wait, and that's the last we see of him.
Yeah, we don't
But,
get a
Oh,
direct
you're right.
look
You're
at
right.
him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got a good look at some of the Ariel sisters.
Ursula.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't give us full
I'm excited
Ursula.
for that
Like,
because
sorry, what was that?
yes, I agree. Talk about the sisters because apparently they represent each of the 7 seeds, and they each look very excited for that.
I'm sorry. I think we're having some connectivity.
Yeah, we're having some
issues.
connectivity issues.
Oh,
Yeah,
Maybe
Can you hear me
recording in
now?
the basement of a theater wasn't the best idea. Surrounded by
All
cement
right.
walls. I have to give you some shit.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
sorry,
It's okay.
I apologize.
Not a problem. I'm just glad you
Can
came
you
to join us. Plus, we get to look at you a little bit more. Like, I'm indulgent. I'm very sorry.
well, Connor, you could watch him a lot more if you watched his show.
Kevin, I was in a car wreck. I can't get to a television that easily.
Can you guys hear me or not?
Now I
yeah,
can,
we,
yes.
yeah, we can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm excited for the sisters because they represent the 7 different C's, and that's kind of cool.
Yes, and I do like like I follow a couple of like not spoiler bugs, but people that like see like test audience filmings and stuff like that. And somebody said that all the sisters have different names now. And I feel betrayed because I just learned all of Ariel's fucking sisters' names, and now they're changing them.
Yeah, that is kind of a weird change.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, because they had a whole song in the original movie introducing them and establishing them, and now they're just like, oh no, I'm Cassandra, I'm Kalinda, I don't fucking know. And I was just like, it's like what they did with the three fairies in Maleficent. Like there was no need.
I was about to say that. They changed the name of the fairies in Maleficent, but those fairies also were completely different characters than the movie. They just were they were just a bunch of idiots in that movie.
It would have been a disgrace to Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather if they behaved that way.
I hated that movie.
Like
the one thing I will say about like we obviously got like a lot of clips of Under the Sea, which obviously Academy Award winning song. They're going to use that in the trailer. It looks so bright, vibrant, and fun. I cannot wait to see how they pull this off. Because like I was lucky enough to go see Little Mermaid on Broadway in like 2009 when it was still on Broadway. The Under the Sea number I thought was like, next level Broadway spectacular. To now that they've got like the budget and they've got like, all of this like, CGI, blah, blah, blah. I'm willing to bet we're going to get a really good number. Like, I'm very excited.
I agree. I think it looks amazing too.
Is there anything that you are hoping to see in the movie or hoping that maybe they cut out? Like, I know there's some people that are like, I really don't want to see Prince Eric's fucking dog Max in there for some reason.
Why do people, what people got against Max?
I have no idea why.
Prince Eric is getting a lot of like shit too. And I'm like, I think Prince Eric is fine. I don't think
barely saw him in the trailer.
Yeah.
He barely did anything.
But like, I think my biggest complaint about it, which I'm so excited to see the movie, my biggest complaint is during the part of your world, like the most iconic scene is when she's on that rock. Mm-hmm. And if I was her, I would be writing to the director and being like, you did me dirty. It is a horrible angle. I just don't understand why the camera, it is so unflattering. And it's going to be the most iconic thing of the film. And I'm just so bummed that I'm like, why did they choose this angle for?
Yeah. Because I felt the same way when I saw that. First of all, it's like almost like they're giving away the whole meal for free, so to speak. Like, again, most iconic shot of the movie. And they're like, oh, just dump it in the trailer. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, but you are absolutely right. The angle is a little odd. The effect, it looks almost too real. Like, when you see people doing like, TikToks of like, oh, I'm on the rock doing like the aerial thing and the water just kind of like puddles over them. This one is like a tiny little spritz of water and then it's gone. And it was like, it's not given what we need,
It's just like, it's the most iconic scene and it's a little unfortunate for Halle Bailey. Am I saying her name? Is it, I always want to say Halle, but is it Haley or Halle?
I believe it's Halle.
It's Halle. So Halle Bailey, I just feel like they're not doing her justice, even though she sounds amazing. She sounds absolutely stunning. But like, it's just like, I just feel like the camera's in the wrong spot. And that's all I can say. That's the only bad thing I can say about that scene. And I also just feel like, I don't know, there should have been more water, I guess. But I just blame the angle.
That's like, I don't know. Disney always like surprises us. Like, you see a trailer for a movie, you think you're getting one thing, and then they change it at the last minute, and it's totally different in the final product. Anything can happen between now and release day, honestly.
Or we could just do what the Sonic the Hedgehog fans did and bully them into changing it and delaying the movie by a few months.
But honestly, I don't want it to be delayed. I'm all for so excited to see this movie. I like a good live action twist though. Sometimes I don't, but I feel like Aladdin. I like what they did with Aladdin. I liked how the genie got a girlfriend, all that stuff. I didn't care about that stuff. Cinderella was visually stunning, but I don't think it was it wasn't like they reinvented the wheel. And Beauty and the Beast, I love. The only thing I hated was that book scene where they went through the book. I didn't understand that at all.
That was the stupidest thing, and I loved it.
They didn't do anything with it, and they could have.
It had no purpose.
No,
because Because like what? Well, like, here's the thing. One of like the very few actual flaws of Beauty and the Beast is that Belle like laments about wanting big adventure, but yet the movie ends with her just marrying a prince and living in a castle. Like it's like that's not really an adventure. I mean, yeah, it was an adventure to get there, I guess, but like well, now you're settled down and you're not doing. But with this magic book, like they can go literally anywhere that they want.
You know what's something that I feel like because it left me with more questions than answers. Is this book just tricking them into thinking that they're going to France? Did they actually go there? How are the people
I
of
think
France?
they actually went there. I think that they
went to
physically
Paris,
went there.
Yeah, but but then the Beast is like, where do you want to go? The Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Elysees? And I'm like, you're a giant fucking monster and you want to go shopping? Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Also, she's a captive. She could have been like, I want to go home, asshole. Like
it was so fucking stupid. And then I remember when the movie was coming out, they were like, promoting the hell out of it. There was somebody wrote a novel like set in the universe of the movie, and they're like, Belle falls into the traveling book, and I was just like, right, you guys are kind of going hog into this minor ass plot detail. God. And I do remember like the hype for when that movie was coming out. Everybody was like, can Emma Watson sing? And everybody was like so disappointed. And I'm like,
I was gonna bring up how whatever this Little Mermaid movie does, I'm just glad they casted a lead who can sing in their musical, which sounds like a really low bar, but it's a bar that Disney has failed to pass in the past.
Absolutely. Because I mean, the main trait of Ariel is A, the red hair, B, her voice is literally a plot point in the story. And
like you can't have Ariel who can't sing. You can't have an
Ariel.
Could you imagine? You can have an Ariel who doesn't have red hair. You can have an Ariel who's freaking bald, but she's got to sing.
She's gotta be. I agree with that.
That is one thing. Like, I am so excited for the soundtrack to this movie because, like, from what little taste we've gotten here and there, she's absolutely killing it. Obviously, I can't wait for Poor Unfortunate Souls. I want to see if they brought anything over from the Broadway show. Like, I cannot.
Probably not, Connor.
You never know though. But I feel like they could. If I had to put any money on it, I would put money that they might add, if only, because they did it during the live Disney thing, and
it did, yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I would put money on that because it's a good song too.
It is my favorite song from the Broadway show. The quartet with like Ariel, Eric, Triton, and Sebastian is gorgeous, and I want it to be in the movie so badly. But then we also got new songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda, which I know people are going to be thrilled with to get, that Oscar bait for Best Original Song. You got.
They're probably not even going to be nominated for.
Well, impossible things are happening every day, Kevin.
I don't think they are. I think that they're going to write these original songs just to not get nominated, because they keep doing that in these live action remakes. They keep on making new songs and then they don't even get nominated for the Best Original Song, which was the whole point of them.
Well, Beauty and the Beast, Evermore was nominated, I think.
That was nominated? So. Okay, all right, you got one.
That was
it didn't win. It didn't win though.
Yeah.
Although a Disney song did still win, so
I made this clear. I don't respect the Academy, so I just I take everything with a grain of salt. If I like the song, that's all that matters.
Well, they made the right decision this year by letting Everything Everywhere All at Once win and sweep. Which we were going to talk about that last week, but
I just had to crash into a tree. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Connor.
Oh, no.
You really had to do that. Shame on you.
I love how we haven't told Tony the whole story yet. I'm just giving him little breadcrumbs of details, and I'm making him more and more concerned as the story goes.
Also, now you have an eye patch too, so it was a big break, huh?
Yeah, it was such a fun weekend. Oh my gosh. Well, no, the eye patch was under the Phantom Mask earlier.
No, so it was the eye patch.
It is so hot. It was so hot.
Yeah, and now you look like Mr. Fish Odor.
He had a white eye patch. Okay, calm down.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what else from The Little Mermaid are we excited for? What are we hoping to see in this version?
Scuttle I actually love that Awkwafina Scuttle. I think it works. I think Scuttle actually looks great. I think Scuttle looks fantastic.
I was very excited for that. Here's the thing. I have like a love-hate relationship with Awkwafina because I absolutely hated her in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I found her so annoying, but as a voice actor, I think she does great.
Yeah.
Wait, so you loved her
And she was also in.
She was in what?
So you loved her in Raya and the Last Dragon, but
Yeah.
you didn't like her in Shang-Chi.
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot of people have the opposite opinion of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Let
a lot
me
of
tell you
people-
something. I don't care what anyone says. Raya was fantastic.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great. I thought it was really cute.
It was.
But yeah, I mean, you didn't like Raya?
I mean, I liked parts of it. I thought, great gowns, beautiful gowns.
Stop, please. Stop. Oh God.
I
You know
like
what
that.
will say?
I like that the dragons were fluffy. That's kind of cute.
That was a unique take on like Asian dragon stereotype. I thought those were cute. The one thing I hated was that stupid baby. The baby pissed me off more
I
than
liked the
anything in the movie.
baby.
I hated the baby.
I feel like that movie was like, I feel like the movie didn't really have a very good message about trust. It was just kind of like, I don't know. It felt like it had conflicting messages to it that I don't think really amounted to much.
Here's the thing. Back to Little Mermaid.
Okay, yeah.
So I saw online that people were saying, and now I don't know if it has anything to do with the casting, but I think it has to do with just the storytelling of it. And I saw that Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Cinderella all hit $1 billion. And now it also could be because, movie theaters are kind of a little dead now. But do you think that this new version is so different than the original that it doesn't play to the nostalgia? That do you think audiences are going to be going to expecting the same movie or a completely new film that they could have called it anything?
No, it's definitely nostalgia bait. I'm sorry, but like all of these are.
That was such a layered question. Not something I would have expected from somebody literally categorized as a himbo in their career. I feel like I'm being interviewed by Diane Sawyer. That was wow. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I feel like this is going to be like obviously capitalizing on the nostalgia factor to a certain degree, but I also feel like we're going to get enough new in this movie that it's like how they did with Beauty and the Beast. It's like same framework, but we're like expanding like the look and the feel of the universe, so to speak. So it's going to be new enough, but you're still getting the nostalgia factor. It's like a nice mix of both.
And I think though with Beauty and the Beast, if you look at the trailer that we got, and also it's still early on, but the trailer that we got for Beauty and the Beast literally gave the entire movie, like the entire movie they gave us. And Little Mermaid, they still haven't shown us everything, but the shots they are showing us are fantastic, which could mean they're still fixing things up because I mean a lot of it is probably CGI. I mean because everything's underwater, but I feel like we're not getting enough of this movie yet, and I'm almost like this is Little Mermaid. I think this is what started the Disney Renaissance, and I feel like there should be. I want to see more. I want to see more of what's going on because I feel like so far, it's just her in the jellyfish pond or her touching the sky, and I just want to see. I want to see. I don't know. I want to see something else. I want to see more of the sisters too because I feel like that. I'm very intrigued by the sisters.
Definitely. I get that. They had so much, even though they were like, very minor players in the original film, they had a lot of personality and they all had like, a little bit of like, I don't know. They brought something to the characters. If these are just like, background players, it's going to kind of take away, they got so much going for them. I really enjoyed them in the original movie.
Love makes the cut, I'll be content. I'll be there with my popcorn.
She's in love. I don't know. Kevin, do you know that song?
I do know that song. Yeah.
Okay. It is such a fun song, but like, I don't think it's going to be in this
It's
movie.
probably not going to make it.
Maybe. I don't know. Can Jacob Tremblay sing? Because Flounder sings that song too.
Yeah, he's a major part of the second half of that song. But Also, there's something so funny in my mind about the CGI'd like little tiny fish belting out, "She's in love."
Okay, you know, the thing is with Flounder, I feel like they could have, even though like I know, like I think they could have more easily made him look cuter than Sebastian, like
Oh
while
my
still
God.
making him look like somewhat realistic. Like, first of all, I am glad that he's actually based on a real fish this time instead of just being generic fish that like he
Disney
was in the.
fish.
Because he's not a flounder, I'll tell you that. He's definitely not a flounder. Like, if you see what a flounder looks like, that's not a flounder.
That's like people who name their daughters Rose and Lily. We know they're not flowers.
Good point. Good point. Or people named Cat or Fox.
Exactly. So
Or
Fox?
yeah, some people are named Fox.
Find me one.
Actually, I know.
Fox Mulder. Fox Mulder from the X-Files.
Get out of here. Get
Wait,
outta
Tony,
here.
what'd you say?
I said I know a fox.
I can't believe this.
Okay. I'll take your word for
fine.
it.
I
You said on For the Love of Dilfs that you dated a man in every state, so chances are one of them.
I went on a guy in every state.
damn.
So
That's
chances
what you
are
have.
one of them was named Fox.
I hope so. Who knows? I hope so.
Damn.
Yeah. By the
okay.
way, I am sorry that you got eliminated. I'm spoiler alert for the show, I guess, but I don't know. Is it a spoiler now, or can we spoil it?
Not. I feel like it's been. We do the reunion, but like
Yeah, next
Yeah.
week is the reunion episode, which is weird that they're doing the reunion. They did the reunion already because aren't like reunions supposed to be like live?
no comment. I will not say. I cannot say anything
Oh.
about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying that most reality shows like they do the reunion like after like the other episodes are aired and it's live, so then people could talk about like what made the edit and what didn't, and like what other people said when the camera was on them when they weren't there. So I just kind of find it a little interesting that they're doing that.
His roundabout way of asking, "Do you need a date to the reunion episode?"
No, Connor, the reunion episode already aired.
Kevin,
It was
I'm
already
trying to
filmed.
play the game as well as I can. God damn it.
No, it is what it is. It was fun. I mean, I had a great time. I had fun. And yeah, it's been cool. But back to Little Mermaid.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I did want to talk a little bit. I know we spent the whole your first episode with us talking about For the Love of Dilfs. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit, but okay, we can go back to the Little Mermaid.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about the pops for a second though? Because I feel like the pops. I think someone needs to address the pops. Again, what is this Ariel pop? Of all
you-
Oh, I
And
thought
we
you
have-
meant popping on the mics.
that's what I thought too. I'm like, oh shit, is my mic popping?
Sorry.
no,
The
like,
Funko
like-
Pops, they're already on the market, aren't they?
yeah, but what is why is the Ariel pop? I just feel like is the most. I think it's horrible looking. Like, why is she not a mermaid? They have her in this turquoise Annabelle dress and white pumps, and I'm like, wait, why wouldn't they put her in her Ariel form? I mean, unless, and also if this is her ball gown, if this is the turquoise ball gown, I don't know about that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so I do
Oh.
follow obviously enough people on TikTok. There is a mermaid Ariel pop. It's going to be her sitting on a rock with Sebastian and I believe Scuttle next to her. But it's going to be
Okay.
a slightly larger one. Like it's got a base and all that sort of stuff. But they do have because that's the marketable Ariel. That's the one that's going to make the money, right? But that
Exactly. That's what I'm
yeah, that dress one of her in her human form, it looks like a nightgown. I was very.
Does.
It was really ugh. It's.
I mean, unless that's her, if only maybe that's her only dress.
Maybe that dress plays a bigger role in the movie than we know. Like that, it might all make sense once we see the actual movie.
Oh my god! Imagine if that's the
Must
dress.
because
Imagine if that's the dress that Triton puts on her when he turns her human at the end of the movie.
Oh my god!
we'll walk out.
I mean, thank you, Dad, for turning me human, but you couldn't put me in something more flattering, like a potato sack. Ew!
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my god. I mean, here's the thing though. I mean, the Belle dress was a letdown, so I can only imagine what the Ariel dress is gonna look like.
Here's the thing, like this was like a point of contention with a lot of like classic Little Mermaid fans. Putting a red head in a pink dress, like it doesn't really work with like you don't put a red head in pink. Since we've got like a bit more of like a natural red to Ariel's look in this one, that initial dress when she first sees Eric after getting like cleaned up from washing on the beach, I would like to see like, is it going to be this like disgusting pink monstrosity? Because I feel like Hallie could pull it off.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think we're
I
gonna
love
get
that
that. I think we're gonna get the dress, that the toy, because she's in that dress when they go on their date.
Yes.
Like when they're going around the village and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
can
don't
see
even-
that.
I have no idea who Prince Eric is. Like this actor, I don't know if he's a singer. I have no idea.
I
But
I
I
remember
think he's handsome.
looking. You don't think he's handsome?
No,
I
I
think that
think
man
he's
is-
handsome.
Oh, you do think he's
Oh.
handsome? Okay. I was like, that man's gorgeous. I have no idea who he is, but he's gorgeous.
Prince generic, basic white man.
They look really cute together on the boat too. Like I'm like, oh, they look like an ideal couple. Like it's cute.
That reminds me something like right off the bat. Okay, so Flotsam and Jetsam, Ursula's classic eel companions. I don't think we saw any clips of them in the trailer. Am I wrong, or did I just miss
We
them?
saw them, but they didn't have any lines.
They didn't. Okay.
It's first.
This I've mentioned this to Kevin a couple of times. When I saw The Little Mermaid on Broadway, they made it canon that they aren't moray eels, they are in fact electric eels. And that actually plays into how they stop the kiss the girl number. They actually they electrocute the boat that Ariel and Eric are in. And it is the funniest thing to see a Disney princess get electrocuted. Let me just say that right now. And I was wondering if that was something that they were going to carry over into this version. Or maybe they're just going to dump the boat over. But I would love to see.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. They're clearly not electric eels in the move, like in the
Oh.
trailer. We clearly see that they are moray eels. They kept that.
Okay.
It also wouldn't even make sense if they were electric eels, because electric eels don't live in the ocean. They live in rivers.
Neither do mermaids, Kevin.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, whatever. But anyway,
We're going to bring science into the conversation.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe they will electrocute because, like, but Hollywood loves to be like, oh, all eels are electric. So
Yeah.
let's have them be electric. I'm just hoping that they are played by Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang.
Wait, do we know who they are played by?
I don't think so, actually. But I remember that those two had like a big campaign that like we should play Flotsam and Jetsam.
Oh,
The
news to me.
freaking
I feel like we're gonna get a big backstory on Ariel's mom. I feel like that's gonna be.
probably
thing.
we probably will. You're right.
We're
I
gonna get a
would
whole
love to see that.
scene. How mom died and like a human probably killed her. I see that in the works.
I mean, did you ever see Little Mermaid 3, Ariel's beginning?
I did not. I did not see that. I'm sure I what it is about. I have seen Cinderella 3, and it's a work of art. But
That is an actual masterpiece. I will
It-
stand for no Cinderella 3 slander. I mean, oh my God.
it's my it's Cinderella 3.
You know how you see like people making edits of like Toy Story 3 where the credits roll right after they go into the incinerator? I want a master cut of the original Cinderella spliced into Cinderella 3, and that's just a date night for me.
I'm
But
sure
I love
someone's
it.
already made that.
I'm sure they have, but like
That
I
doesn't
need to
sound very
actually.
hard.
It doesn't sound hard at all.
Have you seen Cinderella 3?
Me? Yeah. Yeah, he showed me it.
I forced him to watch it.
I saw it
because
at his
oh.
house.
It was a great
I forced
movie.
I forced a lot of people to see Cinderella. Well, it's a must watch. That little song that she
Absolutely.
has, and she stands at the castle. Oh, dude.
Which one? More Than a Dream?
But More Than a Dream. Yeah. Oh my.
That one was okay. So you're gonna have to bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna go on a tangent. The movie Cinderella 3 was actually inspired by / based on a musical that was on the Disney Cruise Line called Twice Charmed, where Cinderella's stepmother gets a quote unquote fairy godfather and turns back time so she can shatter the glass slipper and ruin everything. There's a song in that show called Believe in Me that is like it is such a good song where Cinderella confronts the prince and she's like, I know I don't look like much, I'm dressed in rags and I just met you yesterday, but if I believe in myself, I don't need a man to complete me. And it is this gorgeous, sweeping, orchestral, majestic song, and they kind of adapted it for the movie and cut it in half, and I feel like we've been robbed ever since. It was so good.
I agree with you, because I was a little gay that went on the Disney Cruise Line, and I bought the CD and I listened to that in my CD player every morning, so I know exactly the song you're talking about. I know every single lyric of that song. I will say though, I love More Than a Dream more just because the blocking of it, of her with the glass, it's visually pleasing for that kind of film. But yes, I do agree. I wish they would have added that song at the end because it is a triumph.
I'm so glad you know what I'm talking about. Anytime I bring this up, people are just like, oh, here goes Connor on his Disney shit again.
So wait, so Tony, you've actually been on one of the Disney cruises?
I have, yes, I have.
I've never been on a Disney cruise. I really wish. I really want to go.
Oh, dude, go have fun, enjoy yourself. I love them. I mean, I went when I was a kid. I haven't gone as an adult yet.
It probably is a little different as an adult because.
Yeah.
I mean, because the parks, they got plenty of things. I don't know. Maybe.
You're trapped on a boat with thousands of children that you can't walk away from.
You are trapped on the boat with children.
Look, I've said before, I love cruise ships, but I probably wouldn't go on a Disney cruise until I maybe had a family. That's my only thing.
Oh, speaking of cruise ships, you're hosting like this cruise next year, right?
Yes. If you reach out to me, Antonio Canoli, I'll send you all the information. But it's on Royal Caribbean. I think it's Wonder of the Seas. But yeah, it's gonna be like a little pride excursion. So come aboard.
I would love to do that. Where are you disembarking from?
It's from Orlando.
Ooh, Kevin, we could feasibly do this.
We could, yeah. It's next year though, right?
Yes, next year.
We'll scrounge together some loose change and definitely try and get our ass on there.
Yeah, and it's a great deal, so I'll send it to you. The earlier you go, the bigger a deal. Like the earlier you book.
Makes sense, absolutely.
Yeah.
But okay.
Biggest cruise ship in the world.
Wow.
Love it. Oh my god.
That sounds awesome.
I'm living my Titanic dreams over here. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess
bring a necklace to throw overboard.
Yeah, just remember that, so plug it.
Oh god, excuse me.
So anyway, so Tony, you definitely also should see Little Mermaid 3 just to
get that backstory on Queen Athena.
Yeah, get the backstory on Queen Athena, yeah.
Ooh, it's a dark story.
Did you know that one of the people who wrote that movie is a very hot, muscular gay man?
Oh god. Kevin, we're everywhere.
I did not.
Yeah, his name is Rich Burns. He's very hot. I wish we might get him. I hope we get him on the podcast one of these days.
Rich Burns. I'm grabbing him right after this.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I said that.
Kevin's got something on the brain. I'm going to let him go take care of business in a few minutes. Anything else we want to chat with before we say goodnight for the night?
No, I'm so excited to see Little Mermaid. I'm trying to see what other movies are. I mean, I feel like it's a good time for Little Mermaid. I feel like they're going to, their only competition is really Super Mario, I feel like at this point, but Super Mario looks good too. So,
well, that's coming out like a month beforehand.
I think so, yeah.
That's true. So by that time,
their real competition is that DreamWorks movie about the teenage Kraken.
Oh, yeah.
Villain who looks like classic Ariel.
It's basically, I'm telling you, what's his name? Jeffrey Katzenberg, who basically owns this. I mean, everything is basically just stolen. Not stolen, but it's just a mock of Disney because they did him dirty.
Absolutely, and we stand.
You're right. But yeah, it's very interesting that they brought this out at that time. Like, I swear to you, I'm like, he's a bitter Betty, but I live for it.
I love it so much. I might see both. Who knows?
Can I just say?
I mean,
oh, sorry. What were you saying, Tony?
I mean, in his defense, though, I mean, he had a big part in the Disney Renaissance. I mean, without him, Mermaid, regardless of what people say, but Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. I mean, they probably wouldn't have happened without his guidance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so can I just say one last thing about The Little Mermaid?
It's your show.
I just think I think that the common consensus of this movie is going to be praise for Halle Bailey's vocal performance. I'm not sure about her acting, but like the trailers really seem to want to showcase the fact that this girl can sing, and she can. And I think that's going to be the common consensus, that everyone is going to praise her. But I think that everything else in the movie is going to be just nah.
I'm going in with a reckless sense of optimism. I'm gonna enjoy this come hell or high water.
I'm sorry, but I'm not. I've just been burned so many times by these live action remakes. It's like I don't see why this one is gonna be. What?
You didn't like Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast or Cinderella?
Cinderella was all right.
What about The Lion King?
Oh yeah, The Lion King. Really love.
Nobody talks. That was not even at the table.
But we gotta go.
What about Dumbo?
I actually haven't seen Dumbo. I didn't see Dumbo.
Oh, Dumbo's cute. I like Dumbo. But it's cute.
Well, the Dumbo movie, it doesn't have the racist crows in it, right?
Could you imagine if they kept that?
Why don't they just remake the racist Disney movies and just make them come exactly the same, but without the racist parts?
Oh yeah, I can't wait for 2026 Song of the South.
I watched the original Peter Pan recently, and I was blown away about how racist it is. I was so like, oh my god, the original Peter Pan that Walt Disney made.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's lauded as this. Oh my god, it's lauded as this like big classic, like staple of the Disney archive.
The rest of the movie is amazing. The rest of the movie is amazing. It's just, the big racist elephant in the room.
Fun fact, on the most recent Blu-ray for Peter Pan, they have like a sing-along feature where like the bouncing ball appears. Every song has a sing-along feature except for what makes the I don't even want to say the title of the song. That's how gross it is. But the number.
We know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. It's so ick.
I mean, obviously they're gonna like change that in this Peter Pan and Wendy movie.
I would certainly hope so.
Which, Tony, I love that picture you shared of the fan art of where they made Peter look just like you.
I love it too. I'm a big Peter Pan fan. I love everything Peter Pan. It's so because I used to play in the park.
No,
but so I'm really. No, I'm not. But so I'm really I have a very, very close heart to Peter Pan.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I like I love that wig on.
Yeah, but although here's the thing. Let's just end this with one more question. What are your guys' favorite live action of the live action Disney remakes? I'm going to go first. My favorite was Christopher Robin, because I feel like it's the only one that actually has the right to exist.
It's a completely original story. It's not a remake.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's part of the category, though.
I mean, I guess if you want to be a contrarian. Tony, anyways?
I'm going to be such a nerd with this, but here's the thing. Beauty and the Beast to me is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, I mean, I don't know if it's just because I love the story, but I love Beauty and the Beast. I love Aladdin too, so I have to pick those two. I just think what they did with those two, I'm a fan of the change, except for the book thing. But like when they open with, you literally see the Enchantress pick the rose from the gate. They had my money. I was content.
Okay. Do love that. For me, I gotta stick with my guns. I'm sticking with Cinderella because as much as I like the original Disney movie, at too many points in the movie, to me, it felt like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, occasionally interrupted by Cinderella. Mm-hmm. The remake focuses entirely on her backstory, and the meat of the story. Like we got nods to Lucifer and the Mice, but it was to the side. And I kind of liked that. And I thought it was really good how well we got to know Ella in this version.
Yeah, and they actually made
I
it clear
agree.
in that. Sorry, Tony. You
It's a
go.
bit, no, I'm just saying it's very visually stunning, like the ballroom scene. That Cinderella
Mhm.
dress is absolutely gorgeous. My only thing is I hate the ending of that movie. I hate it. I hate it. It makes me so upset that like she's just sitting there and she's basically like accepted her fate and the mouse comes and opens the window.
All she
I'm like,
had to do
Cinderella,
was
if the
open
window-
a window, and she
Yeah.
couldn't
That-
even
the
do
window
that.
opens and leave, you know, it's very, I don't know. That's what I'm like, I don't know about this kid. I don't know about this kid.
Yeah, I get that. Everything
Okay.
after the ending was good.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I think
We have been chatting for quite some
we
time
have.
now. I think
we have. All right. So
Well,
Tony,
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thanks so
again.
much
I
for
can't wait to
joining
go
us.
cruising with you. Not cruise. Oh God. I can't.
Ah!
I can't. Oops. I can't wait to go on a cruise ship with you at some point. Oops.
Tony, where can people?
You guys the information.
Yeah.
Please do. Thank you.
Tony, where can people find you?
On my Instagram at tony.cannoli,
All right.
And in their
Anything?
dreams.
which is now very
Anything?
people of Insta.
Oh, congratulations on the verification.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. Congratulations.
6 articles and an ID later. 6
I can imagine it's a
That's
hassle.
they make you do. They make you. You have to submit like. I submitted more than 6 articles, but you have to submit like articles about yourself. It's very interesting.
Ew.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a whole
All right.
high Instagram.
So
Well, you
it's not
earned it.
just so it's not just a lot of followers. You need to like have articles written about you.
Yeah, you have to actually like, and I used my articles from like, I had so many things from Paw Patrol and from Mr. Gay and now for the DILFs. So I'm just like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So anything you want to plug? I mean, you kind of just did, but like,
I know,
plug.
come and live your best life and watch the reunion for the Love of DILFs. It's gonna be very dramatic. It's gonna be very dramatic. Even though there's things I wish I would have like. It was like you said, it was filmed before, and I wish they didn't because there's so many things that I watched from the show that I'm like, okay, well, I wish we could talk about this, because it was like none of us knew actually what was being said, and so now it's like we're watching it, and I feel like I wish we could have actually watched it and said the things that we could have said.
Right. Okay. So.
Like event television.
Yeah. I gotta say the show it's not the same without you or Tokyo for that matter.
Yeah, I have not watched the latest episode. Just I've been so busy. But
I
yeah, I've been having a lot of. I know, right? So we'll see. I'm excited to watch. Excited to watch the reunion, I guess.
Yeah, I am too. All right. So,
once again, thank you for joining us on
once
Fruity
again, thank
Cereal.
you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
And
All
to our
right.
lovely, lovely audience, once again, you can find us on YouTube at the Empty the Bench Podcast Network, where you can find all episodes of Fruity Cereal, or you can watch 2023 episodes, or you can listen to 2023's episode of Fruity Cereal on Acast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. My God, where else are we now, Kevin? We're all over the world.
You said Apple, right?
Yes.
Apple, Spotify, Acast, and iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Yes, those
All
are
right.
the 4 that we're at. Remember, it's fruity like the food and cereal like the number, or the killer if you want to be edgy.
Absolutely. And if you would like to follow me on social media, I am everywhere at Connor K Fitz 92.
And you can follow me anywhere at It's Kevin O'Lear. That's ITSKEVINOLEAR. And don't forget to, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit a like. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a 5-star review. You can literally write whatever you want as long as it's not hate speech. We will read it out
Absolutely.
loud in the next episode.
Absolutely. We'll find you, bitch.
We will find you.
And thank you again, Tony, for joining us. I can't wait to get to talk to you at some point in the future. And I can't wait to watch The Love of DILFs next.
Right.
Thank
Thank you again,
guys.
Tony.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. We will see you next Monday at 7 p.m.
Good night, every pony.
Have a good night. Stay fruity.
Goodbye. Oh boy.